Welcome. It is Friday night, 8423. 8423. It's August 4th, 2023. Welcome. Welcome to Hobby News Daily Live. It is Friday night, August 4th. Got a lot of great content, a lot of really good stories to share with you. Everything from what's going on at Tops. Did you see what's going on in Fanatics Live? I mean, there's a huge break coming up next week. It's going to blow your mind. I want to remind you, Fanatics Live, Fanatics products. We're going to talk a little bit about the Fanatics lawsuit. And I think I'm going to hit this at an angle that no one else is hitting it from. I'm also going to do a great follow-up to a video from Sports Card Anonymous, who gave a great shout out to me earlier today. Dakota, thank you. And I'm going to make a follow-up comment to the video you put together. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about a fantasy football league. Man, I'm super excited. I don't get invited to many things. I'm kind of like the redhead stepchild of the content creator community. But Flipping Steve reached out to me. Well, he reached out to the community, and I responded. And I'm going to be involved in a content creator fantasy football game where we're put money together and we're going to send somebody to national next year. And more importantly, we're going to get to talk trash against each other as my team runs to victory. Oh, I'm super excited about that. Fantasy football, crushing some other content creators. I'm not even going to share with you the list of content creators. I believe there's 12. Flipping Steve's running it. I'm going to be part of it. I'll let him talk about all the other content creators that are going to be involved. But I am super excited. I got to find a way to make this, get community participation involved as well. I want to do a charity event for this as well. We're sending somebody for national, but I want to make a charity part of this as well. Anyway, I believe you can hear me. Let's go ahead and jump into the content of the evening. I will say we did have a little fail this morning. I tried to go live this morning. My daughter came in the room, and well, one thing led to another, and we weren't able to pull out of that one, but nosedive. Shout out to Sports Builders Daily. I do start here every day. Check it out. There's just not a lot of news that like caught my attention. Did you guys see me like jumped out? I mean, there's the Fanatic stuff. It's everywhere. And it's funny. Not a big Jordan guy. Talking about these. I'll just remind people. Remember, a lot of Chrome's coming. It's Chrome season. It's Chrome season. August, September, October. Chrome season. Yeah, I didn't see anything that's very important. Reminder: tomorrow is International Trading Card Day. Go to your local sports card store and talk about it. Maybe they'll give you a pack. Bring a kid with you. Bring one that's your own kid. It's probably better than just any kid. I do recommend a kid that you know, but bring a kid with you and get a free pack. You know, they should be able to give you a free pack. That's not why I would go, but you know, it's something to think about. Okay, real quickly, I want to talk about this. Cosmic sold out, bam, like this. Now, here's my concern about this. Cosmic came out yesterday, $250 pre-order. It's not going to ship to the end of the month and end of August, and then they're going to do a final sale at end of August as well. Before they ship it, kind of like they're doing with all products. And I want to point out, here's what they're doing with us, guys. Topps is doing a pre-order. We all buy some. We buy 2 boxes a piece. Then we see the aftermarket. Topps is watching this. Look, people are paying $400 a box for this in the aftermarket, which I don't understand why, because there's going to be more of it coming. So now Topps is going to come back on August 30th, and I'm thinking we're going to see that stuff close to $299 a box. That's my guess right now. I'm going to say right now, Cosmic will come out at $299 a box. They did this with Return of the Jedi. They brought it out at $199, and then by the time it was available to the general public, it was $220, $230. They jumped it up a few bucks. And you're watching it. This is what Topps is doing. Now, Montgomery members, remember, we got a lot of things coming, including some Sapphire, so keep your budget. Don't get too overextended like I have in the past. Okay, check this out. I got this email from Fanatics Live. We got a treasure map. I'm like, what fucking treasure map? 23 National Treasure Football is one of the biggest releases in the hunt for fans. Blah blah blah. Let me just get to the schneid here, the point here. This is Fanatics Live promoting National Treasures Football. And the breakers who are breaking this. Now, the reason I bring this up is that National Treasures is a Panini product. Like, of course, Fanatics Live will get a piece of that product, and they don't want to exclude it, but I just want to bring to everybody's attention. Fanatics is not exclusive. Fanatics Live is not exclusive. They'll sell anything they can on that platform, which I kind of like. I still think they need to fix some shit. I don't like their random. I don't like their Wheel of Pain or Wheel of Bullshit. And just like all these other breaking channels, they all exploit, in my opinion, fast decision making, right? Instead of planning out, which I think is better in breaking. You should have a plan. You shouldn't be emotional. You shouldn't be chasing. These guys exploit it in those apps. So anyway, Fanatics Live is pushing the National Treasure. It just blows my mind. I also want to take a quick second to say, all those people out there who hate Panini, I see all these people go, oh, Panini's getting what they deserve. Explain that to me, guys. I really want someone to explain to me, like logically explain to me, what does Panini deserve? Because Panini built a product, National Treasures, that's so goddamn popular, that people can buy homes each fucking year because of that product. And when you think about that, homes, man, and let me just say this too. When I got into the hobby back in 2015, 16, NT was very, very popular then, and it is very popular today, but only in football and basketball. And I want to say it was bigger in basketball than it was football back then. I think football popularity was growing, but it really was basketball. I mean, the 99 RPA is legit. That's Panini. Panini did that, guys. Okay, it blows my mind. Everybody, we'll talk about that later on. Okay, real quickly, COMC has this promotion, 35 cents for their screening process. Now, I'll be honest, I just sent them 500 cards, 500 fucking cards. Pardon me, 500 cards. They've already processed 400 of them. They were supposed to process them by October. It is now, what, August? They're on fire, man. They're processing fast. Anyway, I'm processing those at 50 cents a card. So I'm getting crushed. I'm thinking to myself, man, I just waited. I almost brought them to the National to drop them off there, but I was like, nah, I don't want to carry all these cards with me, 500 cards with me, National. I should have done it now, think about it. I don't think the 35 cents is available at the National. But this is a good deal. So if you got any, man, you might want to get them in. You have until you have to get them postmarked on the 14th, which is a Monday. That is right here. Here's where we are right now. Where are we right now today? We're right here. We're the 5th. Is today the 5th? Today's the 4th. What's going on here? Oh, yeah, that's Friday. They have the 2 S's over here. I'm thinking, do I have to work tomorrow? I'm looking at this going, do I got to fucking go to work tomorrow? Like, I thought today was Friday. That's so funny. So, again, you got until this day right here. So you got like almost 2 weeks to get your cards here. I'm going to do a bigger push for that. I'm going to get some postmarked and get it out. I mean, you might as well, right? I mean, the submission level's cheap. That makes me want to rip wax. Okay, does anybody understand this? This drops on the Whatnot app. I checked this out, and I don't really understand it. If anybody understands this, let me know. It's maybe ever won this. But apparently you can buy into like a shot at getting really cool stuff at a really fraction of the price. I guess it's a lottery. I think the more like likes or lovers or subscribers you have, the better chances you get. Yes, I dabble with Whatnot. I've used Whatnot. I've used Fanatics Live. I'll be honest, I've not used the Card Shop Live app. I've had problems with it. I've tried to, but I've had problems with it. And I've not used Drip. I've used Drip as interacting with it, but I've never bought anything on Drip. I don't think I've bought anything on Drip. What if I buy anything on Drip? I should take a look at that later on. Next quick video here. Big fan of Matrix Sports Cards and his content. This was I didn't know about this. Lorcana is out in pre-order. Now here's what blows my mind. This shit was at Best Buy. Best Buy? Here. He's got his links here, Best Buy links. Best Buy? Here's what gets my interest. This stuff's cheap. If I could buy this stuff pre-order, yeah, I'd buy some. I think I'm not alone. I think everybody's thinking the same thing. If I can buy it at that price, of course I'm gonna buy it. Maybe I'll get one of those Mickey Mouses that's worth $1 billion. I mean, I don't get it. I still don't get it. I need to get it. I'll say I went to trade night tonight. I'll talk about that. But it was mostly Pokemon, and I don't get Pokemon. And I have kids, man. I should get my kids to get me into Pokemon. Teach me about Teach me, children. Teach me of this Pokemon they talk of. What is this Pokemon? Anyway, great channel, dude. Really love this because again, I like these links. I have no problem with affiliate links, by the way. No problem at all. Here's the Cosmic Chrome Baseball. That shit I think sold out. What's in there? What else? Tops now. See some great links here, man. Check Walmart. See Walmart's fan cards in. Oh, see, I went to my local Walmart. They were pretty stacked. They even had Topps Chrome. Man, I picked up some Topps Chrome. It was the blasters, not the mega boxes. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Even Panini has this. Panini has like a repack. A fucking Panini repack, man. It's not a repack really. It's like a blended of sealed packs or like I don't know. It's shady in my opinion. On that Lorcana thing, I did do some research here. Found this cool article talks about Lorcana. I love this little image here. I'll probably steal that for a thumbnail in the future. But it talks a little bit about when its release date is, where it's coming, local game stores, can you pre-order? Some interesting. There's gonna be some serious FOMO over this. I mean, I feel FOMO. I want to get involved. I don't even understand it. But to be honest, I don't really need Lorcana. I got so many other wonderful things in the hobby right now that I'm enjoying. If I could, though, I'll be honest, I'd like to buy some of this for my kids and put it away for them. And then when my youngest one's a little older, we could open it up, play. Real quickly, this is what I want to talk about. I'm gonna do a deeper video talking about the Panini lawsuit. I'm really enjoying all the people out there. I want to bring to everybody's attention the lawsuit's going on in Florida. No one's brought this to anybody's attention. Another thing that I heard in this too, Panini said they're going to do in 2022 $1 billion in revenue. I want people to think about those two things. Why is the lawsuit in Florida? And a billion dollars. Sorry to use the F word so many times. $1 billion. And that was 200 million, I want to say in 2016 or 2012. So that's a big growth. And the reason I mention all this is that I believe here's what Panini's going for. They want to pay out. They're going to get a big lawsuit with a big fee or fine or something like that that's going to be looming over Fanatics because Fanatics has really overstepped their bounds. And I always say this, man, I'm not happy about Fanatics. Like, what I don't understand, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Panini, fuck them. They deserve it. They've been doing this, man. They don't give me a game patch more. Dude, what Ruben is doing is awful. Ruben went after the athletes. He said, look, I'm exclusive rights to you, and I'm going to ruin the product this year. I'm going to screw the product. Maybe they don't screw the product. They're creating so much uncertainty, fear, uncertainty, and doubt that collectors don't know what to buy or what not to buy. Right? Many of them are buying products they don't know. As Sports Card Anonymous did a video on this, man. If you don't look at the checklist, you're basically blind onto these products. You're gambling. Now, I do think there'll still be great fun and great value, and it's all about understanding and knowledge. Like, to me, if there's autographs are not in football, it just makes the Prism color and the Prism rookie cards more valuable, right? Kind of like I look at the Ben Simmons. When Ben Simmons had autographs, they didn't kill Ben Simmons cards. It made the Ben Simmons refractors more valuable because there were no autos, right? My concern is if Topps has their own football product that's competing with that, and then there's an argument, what is the rookie card? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. And I don't like that. I don't. So again, I just mentioned $1 billion. Okay, it's a lot of money Panini is losing. So when we sit there thinking to ourselves, and that's a lot of profit, dude. That's a ton of profit. This is a high margin game. Panini's figured out, man, I'm making a lot of money. Those Dutch auctions are just cooking up some profits. And Florida, again, I'm not a lawyer. Under chapter Florida statutes, there's some specifics. And what I will tell you is that often companies will choose that if they can, and in federal law, they'll choose a state because a state might also have some other state-like laws that attach to federal law, but might be more protective to their state citizens, right? Or, for example, I think both Panini and Fanatics are headquartered in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. I know Panini is, so why wasn't it done in Texas? Anyway, keep the Florida thing in your mind. Here's what I tell you is going to happen. We as collectors or hosts, if someone said to me, I think I saw somebody say Panini's going to force Fanatics to break up the monopoly. That's not going to happen. We're going to be screwed as collectors. That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm most worried about. Panini's probably be part of Fanatics within a year or two. They'll probably be bought out after the Panini management team, the Panini investors, the shareholders will probably do very well. They'll probably get a payout and probably get some like buyout on top and some lucrative, fine penalty. I don't know. I'm just guessing here, but it's gonna be interesting. Interesting story here from League of Her Own. She bought some boxes of tops. And a lot of people have heard about this. They bought the boxes, expecting to get them before release day. Some of them didn't come in time. Some of them came in separate packages. They said the hobby boxes went out the jumbo boxes or something, separate packages. But hers said on them, her boxes said no color box on the label. To the label said no color box on her hobby and her jumbo. And she didn't want to, she's like, does that mean my boxes are screwed? Like, what does that say? Now, she did reach out to Topps. And Topps came back with saying, they got a color system coding. I guess they use for inventory, but I just say that that's really poor Topps. What do I say? But poor management to send a product out that has a label on it that says no color box. They're like selling chocolate cookies that says no chocolate chips, right? If you got cookies and it said no chocolate chips, you'd be like, what the fuck, man? I ordered some Chips Ahoy. There's no chocolate chips. That's fine. Like, oh no. That's just how we categorize it. If you open those up, you're going to find the chocolate chips in there. I mean, what the hell? I thought that was funny. It's sad. I do believe she opened the boxes. I do believe they were fine. But why are you doing that, Topps? Like, I don't know, man. Again, I will say this. When I came to the hobby, I was not a fan of Panini. I hated Panini. I still am not a fan of Panini. But my criticism of Panini was, like, why isn't there competition in every sport? In my opinion, every sport should have 2 or 3 primary manufacturers. Every sport should. And Panini at the time had dominance in basketball and football. It's like, well, why don't we have any competition there? Where other sports, well, to be fair, other sports really didn't have good competition either in the top like baseball, but there was a little bit of quasi competition. Anyway, it bothered me. I want competition. And Panini was dominating. And they were dominating because honestly, guys, they made a better product than Topps did. I mean, all these people have come out of there. In fact, here's a quick point I want to make. There's a lot of people who are, I've been to 3 nationals now. I've been in the hobby forever. But you really have only been here since 2020. Like, you think you're some grumpy old man, but you didn't see the hobby before. And I'm just saying, go back to 2015, 16, 17, 13, whatever it was. Topps sucked. I mean, Topps sucked. The only product people actually paid attention to was the Roman First. I'm trying to think. I think Roman First. Topps Chrome was okay, but it really wasn't that popular until just recently in the last 3 years. Man, I guess I'm probably supposed to say, oh, you're right, wrong, Ziggy. It's always been popular. But I thought the flagship was more chaseable in the Series 1, Series 2. And Chrome would come along and they'd be like, oh, it's beautiful, it's nice. But I don't know. I thought Bowman Chrome and Bowman, that's just my opinion. I just think Topps sucked. And all their premium products absolutely sucked. They absolutely sucked. Where, again, Panini's done a great job of staggering so many different types of products, maybe too many, obviously too many colors, too many parallels, but I'm just concerned. No color box. Great video here from Sports Card Anonymous. I really appreciate he gave a shout out to me in this video, but he's talking about, and the same thing I've been talking about here, what is Topps up to? Like, we've heard Topps say they're going to come out with an NBA Chrome product, right? They've already said, we're gonna come out NBA basketball this year. We're going to shove it down your throat. We don't know what's going to look like. And let me just say something. This video by Sports Card Anonymous is great because he shows you some clever ways how companies in the past have found ways around licensing. And I'm going to give you my thought here. When I was in the National, I was with the Wild Card group, and I was amazed by Wild Card's product. It's a beautiful card. But they don't, and I believe the same thing with Leaf, they don't have licenses with the Players Association or with the leagues. They have licenses with the players. The players, right? Think about this, with the players. Now, if you're Topps Fanatics, you're Michael Rubin, you can't tell me you don't have some low-level agent you could go say, hey, I want you to go out and meet these football players, make a checklist of vets and rookies, and go get relationships with them. We're going to do a 1-year, 2-year set. Just to be a Fanatics exclusive set. You players were going to be on it. You see what's going on with this? They could basically copy what Leaf has done and or Wildcard is done. They can get around the Players Association. They don't need the Players Association. Now, I also think because they've got access to player association, they'll get some right around on that. You'll see some licensing come out. Like, I fully expect Topps to come out with a football and a basketball product this year. Will it be good? I don't know. The world's going to claim it's the best thing since fucking sliced bread. We're going to say it's the best thing in the world. I don't know. I want to be wrong, guys. I want to be wrong on Fanatics. But the way they're playing the game, man, it just seems like it's just not. It's not in the best interest of us, the collector, the hobbyist, the end user, man. So again, really like this video. Also, this is some phenomenal research in Dakota's video here. It shows you in the 50s how different teams got around, like for example, using action photos and using profile photos because you wouldn't have to show logos and help. There's just so many clever things that companies can do. Great video, great, well-researched video. Last video I'm going to talk about, and then I'll swing the camera back out to the chat and see who's out there. Flipping Steve. Yeah, I really like Flipping Steve. Been following Flipping Steve. I think it's like follower 23, 24. Single digit, man. I've been following Flipping Steve since single digits. And bless him for always doing these national giveaways. So I think it's a great idea. He's organized this national giveaway for 2024. It's really simple. 12 content creators are being invited. Each one will pay $100. The money will be collected and will go to promoting and sending somebody to the national next year. There'll be a contest run next year. All 12 of the content creators will be part of that. It's great. For the content creators, it's going to be great for sending somebody to the national. That's freaking awesome. It's even better. We get to talk some trash, baby. We get to talk some trash. I get to whoop the shit out of 11 other content creators who think they're better than me in fantasy football. And they might be, but I'm going to whoop some shit just talking about it. Like right now is the best time to talk shit because ain't nothing happened right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got 0, 0, 0. But boy, if my team happens to be good, man, you guys, you're going to see a lot of bragging. Now, well, I was thinking about another thing. I think I might try to get these guys to do a couple of things like I've always wanted to do. I want to do, here's my ideal fantasy football sports card idea. We put money in the pot, okay? We buy a case or as much as we can of an agreed upon product. Let's just say Prism. So for example, everybody puts $200 in, get $2,400. It's going to get you one box of Prism. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you put money in, you buy Prism football at the end of the season, okay? Based on how you finish, you get to pick your team. Now here we could be clever on this. You could do this like for example, it would be 12 people. Maybe you do 3 or 32. You get maybe 8 people, and each person gets 4 teams, right? So you have 8 people. Maybe you 16, 8. It doesn't make a difference. You see my point? You have those people draft the teams in the product, and you could also open the product first, and then the first place person draft the best team that based on the hit. I think that'd be more fair because if you win that season, it shouldn't just be you get to pick the best team and you pick like say I don't know who's a good team this year, the Carolina Panthers, and the case sucks for the Carolina Panthers, but it blows up for like I don't know the Bears. I think you should have the choice of the Bears. But my point is, wouldn't it be cool to mix your fantasy football skill with your ability to draft in a fucking case break? If I had a sponsor, that's what I would do, man. I would get a case break, a case of Prism. I'd get 8 or 16, maybe 16 guys. If you do a 16, boy, it's a lean draft, man. Everybody gets 2 quarterbacks. Your quarterback goes down. You better have another one ready to go. I like it. Getting a little heartburn in Jesse here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and check. Anything else I want to talk about tonight? I think that's it, guys. I think those are the main things. Kept it kind of civil. Appreciate everybody liking, commenting, subscribing, stopping by. Ooh. Let's see. Good to meet you at the hangout last week. Nice to meet you as well, Matty Ice. Dude, it was great to meet you, man. It was great to meet you. Thanks for coming and saying hi to me, man. Not many people do that. Football and baseball are the only sports where breaking slots sell fast. It depends, man. Basketball used to be just as popular. And I'm going to say hockey will too. It depends on the breaker. It depends on the product. It depends on the price. A lot of things go into it. I've never, in the right place, I do well. Are bots going back in style? Bots have never not been in style, man. And the Lorcana thing, the great question there, I've heard even Matrix talk about this, is this a product where right now in the FOMO, the first few weeks, I think you'll see these high prices, people want it. But after 3 months from now, is that price going to be the same? Like, is this going to be a product that's spike me? Disney's likely going to print the shit out of this. And on top of the print the shit out of this, everybody knows this is the first series. Like, everybody's going to put a box aside. Like, oh, I'm going to be the sneaky guy who puts this box aside. Like, no one did that for 1999 Pokemon. So they're going to do it now. You see what I'm saying? Like, everybody's looking and going, man, if I was around 1999, I wish I would save a box of Pokemon. So they're going to be like, oh, I'm here today. I'm going to save a box of Lorcana. See, everybody's thinking that. You're not alone. I know, I was thinking it. Panini is not a nice company. But they let the little men eat. Fanatics is going to remove those middlemen. Well, here's the thing, man. I don't think it's fair to say Panini's not a nice company. I could say about every company, but there's some things Panini's done that have actually been very, very nice. And one thing I actually, so I'll say, when I was in Nashville, I went to Tracy Hackwood, who I've spoken to several times. And I will say, at the end of this conversation I had with him, he said, Ziggy, it's nice to finally meet you, which made me realize he doesn't remember meeting the other times we met. But here's what I said to him. I said, look, Tracy, I want to meet you and do a collaboration video and talk about Panini's history and their entry into sports cards. I don't want to talk about the present. I don't want to hear about what's going on in lawsuits or what's going on with blah, 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 blah. But if you were to research, how did Panini get in the hobby? For example, guys, do you understand that they were given the NBA exclusivity? Like, no one else wanted it. Upper Deck didn't want it. Topps didn't want it. They're like, look, let Panini do it. Because at the time, basketball was struggling. Basketball as a sport was struggling. Didn't they have a strike or something like that in 2010? Had a shortened year, and the products weren't doing very well. You know, people just weren't into basketball. I mean, it was okay. And Panini changed that around by making an exclusive product of that, right? They spent, I'll even say this, Prism, which is like a great product today, that almost got discontinued before basketball and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons in basketball changed many people's view of refractors in the hobby. Okay. Panini, at the same time, and we also said too, Panini's the one that brought us Opulence basketball, which was player worn game patches from the NBA Finals. They also brought us Immaculate Christmas Day patches from the Christmas Day game from the previous year. They really put some of the best goddamn merchandise. And like, I remember in 2017, I sold a Spurs patch. It was the Spur and a star. It was a beautiful patch. It was an immaculate patch, just the patch. That's all it was. No auto, anything. And the dude was Duncan Robinson, I think. I think I sold it for $700, and I was blown away. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, who's paying that? This is 2017, man. This is before the boom. I was blown away by that. But my point was, Panini has done some phenomenally great things. Panini, and we want to say they're not a nice company. This is the company that in 2017 said, hey, we're tired of the middleman screwing everybody on the pricing. But they came out with first off the line to give collectors like you and me first access to limited, it's this limited production, first off the line product. It wasn't until later on that greed would change that and they started Dutch Oven auction and everything. But in the beginning, that was very collector focused, very, very collector focused, man. So again, people, I don't want to say you're defending Panini, but what bothers me is you're not educated in this. You make some very biased comments. Oh, Panini's getting what they deserve. What do they deserve? They're a company, dude. They make a really good product sometimes, and sometimes they don't. And sometimes they don't. It's not their fault. I'm not going to sit here and defend them all night. I know people are going to think I'm a fucking Panini employee. Fanatics seems to be headquartered in Jacksonville, Florida. Ah, interesting. Interesting. I wonder why, though, it's filed there. Because Panini filed it. Very cool. Thank you for sharing that. People do love that their Panini cards. Upper Deck is not so visually. Topps is somewhere in between. See, I would argue. I would say I would say Topps is the worst in creativity. The absolute worst. I think Upper Deck has some of the best cards, best made cards. I think they kind of slow down on creativity. But again, if you look at Panini, Panini's the one that made those color blasts. They made the kabooms. Whether you like them or not, the downtowns. Personally, and I'll be honest, I don't like those cards. Some of them I think are cool, but they're the ones that brought those to us in the modern times. What did Topps bring to us? Please, please, I will wait. What did Topps bring to us in the last few years? I'm waiting. What did Topps bring to us? They finally made those hometown cards, right? Like 2 years ago. But what does Topps make for an insert? And the patch thing has been is like, ooh, that's generational. No, I haven't seen that. So I can't give Topps any creativity. I mean, seriously, I give them none. And then Topps steals the people from Panini. Like, how creative is that? Panini, again, none of them are super innovative, in my opinion, but Panini has been the leader in innovation. For example, Panini every year would come out with some weird product, and they'd also discontinue it the next year. Like, there was a product that I loved called Infinity. It had everything, I think, ended in eights, and it had the infinity sign, and like the autos were on plated metal. So it was like a clear sticker on the metal, looked beautiful, man. You could not tell. Like, I remember having Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott autographs on that product. That was a really good looking product, man. Good looking product. The Monopoly set was shots fired and well done. I've never been a huge Prism fan, but it seems that Prism has been the same for the last. Well, it's funny. Let's think about with Prism. Here's the history on Prism. When my kids got back into the hobby, and they were in school, like elementary school, Prism was the premium card for kids. There was Prestige, and there was Hoops, and there was Concept, all these other cards. But Prism was the top one. Prestige, I think, and Prism. Prism was the bomb. And then Prism was available at the retail. It was the high-end retail product. And then you had a hobby crossover. There was no contenders, crossovers. There was no select crossover. So Prism has a very important anchor. And it was the first product that gave collectors and retailers chase for a big hit, right? Because with the silver Prism and the chase for autos in a Prism box, again, it was an anchor product. It was a great product. I mean, guys, I'm going to explain this. If it wasn't for Prism, I don't think retail would be where it was today. Retail's been an anchor for bringing so many people in the hobby. They came in like from Prism. Like, I remember coming to the hobby, like, the only thing you buy in retail is Prism and Bowman. Prism is key. It's so important. Again, I'm not going to say I love it because sometimes people say it's boring, it's sticker autos and all that stuff, but Prism is a key. I'll also say this too, Prism was almost discontinued. It really was. Like, community was like, this product sucks. And what saved it, here's the irony in those guys. What saved it was Ben Simmons. In 2016, Prism's in its 5th year. They do a 5th year anniversary set. And Ben Simmons comes out and says, I'm not signing with Panini. And everybody's freaking out, kind of like we're freaking out now. Oh my God, what's going to happen to Panini? They're not going to have Ben Simmons. He's a #1 pick. He's the next Michael Jordan. He's the next LeBron James. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen? What happened is that his refractors went up in value because no one could get autos of his product, right? So his refractors were more valuable. Like, for example, the prime card that year was the Flawless. I think there was a Flawless first up the line, 1 of 2 and 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. Two of these cards, something double diamond. Those are big chase. And one of my friends actually got that card. He hit it chasing the boxes. He bought that team, bought the Philadelphia 76ers. Anyway, that year made the refractor special. After that year, right, then you had the Lonzo Ball, and you had Tatum, and then you had Zion. Every year after that, Prism Retail, Silver Prism, was a chase card that basically got you between $50 and $100 raw. If you got a Prism rookie, one of those top rookies, out of a retail box, you could pick it for $20. You could make $50 to $100 raw. And that's what started the whole Prism craze. So why do people love Prism? That is kind of what started it, because today there's no other card like that. Optic has a few that you'll hit, but those are the chases, man. It's not like every Optic Holo, Polo, whatever the hell it is, doesn't have the same value. I'll also say this too, it's interesting. People are critical about Prism, but look what Topps has done with Chrome. They've done the same thing with Chrome. We have all these different flavors of Chrome ice cream. You got Sapphire Chrome ice cream, you got Black Chrome ice cream, you got Cosmic Chrome ice cream, you got Ben Baller Chrome ice cream. It's the same thing as Prism. You got Prism Flash and Prism Fast Dance and Prism Fast Break and Prism Choice, Prism Monopoly, which I do like Prism Monopoly because different images. Seems a different set. Man, I'm talking too much. Oh, let's see. The reason Panini is so successful is that they make every sport in Prism, while Topps only get 3 new sports chrome every year. I don't know what it was. Because again, let's be honest, man. SP, Prism was not successful before 2016. Like, in fact, one thing that I've seen, and I'd love for others who've been in the hobby longer to kind of think about this. Before 2000, and I'd say 17, when you had Lonzo Ball and Tatum, if it didn't have an auto, it was crap. Like, I honestly remember that. Like, I remember ripping through products in 2015, 16. Like, if it didn't have an auto, it's crap. Autos was everything was about the auto. You wanted auto. Refractors, low numbers were kind of cool. Short prints, great. There's some value in them, but it really was all about the auto. But since then, we've moved from where now autos have almost no value. Now we're accepting the fact that look, there's going to be a whole bunch of products coming out that have no autos at all. There'll be no CJs, no price, no Victors, and a bunch of products that we license. There'll be no autos. The value of an auto has been tricked out of our mind as having value, which in reality is as the most value. So I don't think Topps. I don't know. I don't. I think Topps Chrome will struggle. I think when it first comes back, everybody will go out and eat the hell out of it. But I think in the long term, it's not a special product. At least in the past, it hasn't been. So we'll see. I could be wrong. Brian Grace interviewed Jeff Wilson was very interesting about his thoughts on the future player licensing. Yeah, I think Brian Gray's high. I think Brian Gray's high. Here's the reason I say that, and I think I put this in the comment. We as Americans put so much value into intellectual property. We sue your fucking ass for intellectual property. Okay, it is the number one thing that we as Americans create is intellectual property. We don't build shit. We don't make stuff. We make intellectual property, and we will do anything we can to control it. And in fact, Fanatics is an example of that. What is Fanatics' power? Intellectual property. They're not the greatest manufacturer of jerseys. They're not like they're a manufacturing company that employs a bunch of people who knit shirts and make numbers and stuff like that. No, they are a manufacturer of intellectual property. We value intellectual property. That's why we pay a premium for it. We pay a premium for a logo, a name. We pay a premium for the goddamn name Supreme. We are brainwashed that in our lives. So licensed and unlicensed are huge. Unlicensed, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's neat, has some value. You know why? Because I hate to say this, the newbie, the novice, the sheep will embrace the unlicensed because they don't know any better. And someone will put it in their PC and go, well, I really like it. I don't care. It doesn't have a logo. Yeah, I know you don't care, but everybody else does. And you know it, too. We all know it. I hate to say it, guys. It's just like when you're a little kid, you didn't like to wear the Kmart sneakers to school. You wanted the Nike brand. So don't tell me, Brian Gray, about there's going to be this movement for non-licensed. But Brian Gray does a great job. He does niches. He comes out with FOMO stuff. He's like a Beanie Baby salesman. Not in a bad way. There's hype stuff in what he has. He's some cool stuff. But dude, in my opinion, none of it's going to hold major value. In fact, I think you see people cutting Brian Leaf's cards later on and taking his autos off to stick it in licensed product. That makes sense, right? Like, and could you do that? Is that allowed? But no, I don't think. Brian Gray's hot. Dude's high as hell. Topps had 6 communities in 20 years. I don't disagree with you on that. But see, I don't know anything about WWE. I put WWE though in with like pop culture because it's not a sport. That's just me. I don't know. It was great meeting you, Orlando, man. It was great meeting you. Damn, I'm late. I was making a video. Dude, don't worry. There's nothing going on here. You're missing. Topps created a refractor. Patch auto super refractor. Topps created the refractor? Did they? Did they though? And again, let's even say about that. It's not like that was anything special. Like I think Panini, they're the ones that made the RPA that we all talk about in National Treasures. Like I can't think of a single Topps product that I want the patch auto of. What Topps product do I want a patch auto of? Is it Dynasty? Is it Sterling? I don't know. But again, when I think patch auto or rookie patch auto, I'm thinking flawless. I'm thinking NT. I'm thinking immaculate. I'm not thinking Topps at all. It doesn't come up. When I think Superfractor, the name Superfractor, it's funny. I guess I would say I think Topps over that. But again, I think of Panini's Black Finite as just being the bomb. But again, I'm more basketball and football person than I am baseball. So, but again, Superfractor 101, Superfractor, Finite, whatever. That's nothing super special. I'd still go back to, and I'm curious if Topps created. Topps brought us serial numbered cards. Nothing like getting. Topps brought us the serial numbered years. Yeah, they did. But again, that's not innovative. At least I don't think it is. Who did the first serial number cards? And who did the first RPAs? Is it really Tops? Or was it like Pacific or one of those other weird companies back in the day? You know? I thought Exquisite was the first RPA, but I could be wrong. We got some knowledge coming here. Upper Deck makes nice foil cards in RPAs. Bad crimming cards. Tops makes nice foil and crimming cards, but bad RPAs. Panini's the only company that does foil, chromium, RPAs. You know what's interesting too is it sounds like from that lawsuit is they all use the same manufacturer. And what I understand from that is that the manufacturer has contracts in place to do certain things. He probably has like a multi-year contract to do so much printing time, and such quality, so many sheets per minute or whatever the fuck. And with Topps taking that over, that's a real dick move, guys. That's a real dick move. I mean, think about that. It's kind of like if you're a Boeing, right? And there's this, widget that you need to make your airplanes, and that widget's only, it's just only made, and then Lockheed Martin comes in and buys that widget company. Hmm, that's dirty pool, man. Dirty pool. Clear Skybox were the last real innovative card evolution. Laser cut, perforated technology, reflectors have been around since '93. I don't disagree, man. I don't disagree with that. I I would say this. There have been some kind of cool innovations, right? Let's think about this. Huh. No, I guess you're right. Honestly, I'd like to see better imaging. I think that's something that bothers me. It's like, why do we use the same player image on every goddamn card? I think they should be more creative on that. Remember the puzzle cards of the '80s and '90s? I think they should do more modernized puzzle cards. You're right. They're lazy. They haven't done shit, and they're not going to do shit now. Like all they did is hire Panini people away. Sports fix cards are the biggest innovation in my opinion. I don't remember sports fix cards. First pack insert serial numbers I remember. Don was the late early '90s. Wow, I did not know that. Ziggy, are you going to Card Shop tomorrow? I don't know. It's so funny. I was at Collectible King today, and I forgot to ask him if they're doing that tomorrow. I might. And then there's another card shop by me, Foam City. It's not far from me. I could go by them as well. I'll put it this way. When I looked on the list, neither one of them were on the list. Okay, when I look on the list on the website, I don't think anybody I know is on the damn list. Just sad. Stop following me, Zach. Two problems between redemptions and getting fulfilled seems like 90% auto service. Yeah, so here's my thing on that. I don't fully blame them on the redemptions. Okay, I think everybody has challenges with redemptions. One thing I've always given Panini credit for is that Panini would accept expired redemptions when other companies did not. When Panini, you could put the redemption in and they'd give you something. They took forever, and I finally cleared my redemptions with Panini, and I have no beef with Panini's redemption. It took fucking forever. It's ridiculous. I had to go to the National to do it. I had to get an appointment, but I'm happy with that at the long run. But I will say, I still feel like they've done a better job with redemptions. And I'll say this too: they're never going to go away. Don't think Fanatics is going to make redemptions go away. Fanatics is lying to you if you think if redemptions are going to go away. And then when it comes to stickers, I think that again goes back to what's happened in the industry. A few things have happened in the last 5 years. Game worn material is harder to get. These players don't give their jerseys. They don't sell their jerseys like they used to, right? They swap them with each other. So I think 5, 10 years ago, we need to come to players and do contracts and say, hey, we're going to buy a jersey from you. We're going to, they had access to player worn, game worn stuff. They had more of them involved in their VIP party. I'll give you an example. Today, there's so much more value that players can get from doing other things. Like if you're a Fanatics autograph guy, you don't sell your autographs for 10, 20, $30 anymore. Probably signing them for hundreds of bucks because you get up your Fanatics exclusive. So the popularity of all those things, of the game worn stuff, of the on card auto has driven up the accessibility of that product, in my opinion. I don't blame the manufacturers for that. I know they're partially responsible, but I don't think it's solely their fault. I think they got lazy, right? Like where they send cards to players in the mail and expected they're going to sign them, and sometimes we wonder if they were. I think that's gotten lazy. I'd love to have a job. I think you could get. In fact, I'll give you an example. I think you could get volunteers, right, to work for your card company, right? Hey, I want you to go out and watch Giannis sign these 50 cards. Will you go do that? Yeah, I'll go do that, right? I mean, come on, this is bullshit. You can get people to do that stuff. Baseball card collector. So Panini isn't in my wheelhouse for the most part. Yeah, I can understand that. redeemable at the national. Two birds and one stone. Yeah. Well, guys, I appreciate this chat. It's a lot longer than I expected to go. It's gonna be on like for 15 minutes. Do a quick little thing, jump off. This has been great, man. I love it. I'm so thankful. I want to go switch over and watch another live stuff going on tonight too. I'm sure you guys are doing the same. And I will be back with more hobby news daily. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. I would dance for you,